while you wait, finding God in the everyday of Advent, the practice of intercession and compassion. Throughout this season of preparation and anticipation, we invite you to practice with us through a series of blogs focusing on gratitude, awe and adoration, intercession and compassion, and contemplation and presence. Like any practice, the more we do it, the more a part of us it becomes. These helpful habits form us and enable us to be the people who we want to be for the world that we want to see. At All We Can, we are committed to putting our words into action, where we not only challenge what harms, but also nurture what heals. This season, as we get ready for encounters with hard-working shepherds, dazzling angels, expectant mothers and hopeful fathers, we are reminded that each encounter has the possibility to leave its mark on us. As we encounter the stories of old, as well as people who are new, may we do so aware of God's Spirit within us and be led into prayer and compassion. In each blog, we share a little context of the practice and a story from our partners, and then give an idea for you to use in your own practice. This week's blog is on the practice of intercession and compassion. In prayer, real prayer, we begin to think God's thoughts after Him, to desire the things He desires, to love the things He loves, to will the things He wills. Richard Foster, Christian theologian and author. When asked, many Christians would say that they do not think they pray enough. Sadly, the practice of praying can weigh heavily on us, making us feel guilty when we have not given it time. And the pressure mounts up when we hear the instruction in 1 Thessalonians 5:17 to pray continually. Talking God's ear off 24/7, is that really what's wanted? Thankfully, more insight is given in Romans 8, where we are reminded that God through the Spirit dwells in us, and when words fail us, the Spirit intercedes with groanings too deep for words. Much of what happens in our world can leave us lost for words. Situations can be too horrific, too complex, too overwhelming. How can we find the words? Thankfully, it would seem we don't have to. Knowing God's presence with us through the Spirit is where we place ourselves. As we interact with the world, we don't roam alone, but in communion with God. To make intercession for people is the most powerful and practical way in which we can express our love for them. John Calvin, theologian and reformer. In our daily life, with what we do, read and watch, we go from one encounter to the next. But rather than be like a boat that is tossed back and forth by the waves of these encounters, we encounter them with God, anchoring them in God's perspective, heart and understanding, or seeking to align our will with God's. All We Can supporters have been encountering their global neighbours for decades in the stories they read and watch. By choosing to listen to their voices, they do not presume to know what others need or pray for them as such, but join their prayers with the hopes of those they are walking alongside. With people like 13-year-old Nasua from Uganda, her experience will seem world apart from ours. Missing days off school because she did not have the sanitary pads she needed to comfortably leave her home when her period came. Days off meant she fell behind in her learning, which would hold her back from fulfilling her dreams. But what are her dreams? Only Nasua can tell us. I want to stay in school to have good and valuable friends. I also want to become a doctor and have some money. Nasua. Thankfully, All We Can's local partner, Kokwafwe, came to Nasua's school and taught her how to make reusable sanitary pads. She says, "My life changed because I didn't have to miss school and I attended my lessons. My parents are relieved as I already have the pads and I'm not stressed anymore. Because the pads are reusable, you wash them very well and hang them and keep them for another use. Through encountering other people, like Nasua, our eyes are open to her world, her struggles and her hopes. The Spirit in us draws us into solidarity with her, raising in us a desire for her to fulfill her hopes and be all that God has made her to be, without the challenges of poverty and gender injustice. Compassion is not a virtue, it's a commitment. It's not something we have or don't have, it's something we choose to practice. Brené Brown, academic and author. In our dark and complex world, a part of us, if we're honest, wants to hide away. But that is not where you'll find God, for God is always in the midst of it all, moved with compassion. Mark 1:41. Choosing to be people of compassion is a practice. It moves us from feelings of sentimentality, oh bless her, to a deep desire to seek change with others, which for us Christians bubbles up initially in prayer as the Spirit groans. A single groan before God may have more fullness of prayer in it than a fine oration of great length. Charles Spurgeon, Baptist preacher. Let's practice. Be with God. Start the day by being with God, thanking God for being present with you now and moving with you into your day. If you have an Advent candle or calendar, make the lighting of the candle or the opening of the door contemplative, inviting in God's light, opening the door of your heart. Just sit and be aware of God with you. Encounter with God. As you go through your day, you'll be encountering situations and people, maybe those you know and those you do not know, such as through the news. Why not revisit Nasua's story or others that you will find on All We Can's website and encounter them with God? Pay attention to God's Spirit within you and join your longings with God's. You may simply say in your mind or out loud, Lord, have mercy. Come, Lord Jesus. Your will be done. Shine your light. Thank you. Bring your peace, hope, joy, love. Act with God. When we align our hearts with God's, compassion often moves us to action, to be the answer to the prayers we've prayed, such as encountering people who are lonely may inspire us to give them a phone call. You may have been inspired by Nasua's story or others you've encountered. There are extraordinary gifts you can get for yourself and others this Christmas that will support these communities and help be the answers to people's prayers.